So today I want to talk to you guys about the paradigm shift that is necessary in order to do solution-focused brief therapy successfully. Now, for a really long time, people have talked about the paradigm shift that you must make in order to use this approach, but we often don't talk about exactly what that paradigm shift is. And I want to share that with you because it's really, really important and actually kind of simple, but it's awkward because it's different. Like, it's a real different. Just like the word paradigm shift insinuates you're going to have to like shift the way you think. And that's always awkward and uncomfortable and a bit difficult, but I want to make it really clear what that is and why it's so important. So most of the time, when you're using a problem-focused approach, you're trying to match the problem with the intervention, right? So if I'm sitting down with a client and I ask the most common problem-focused opening question in the therapy session, which is what brings you here today, and the person says, I struggle with depression, I start thinking immediately about interventions that will impact the symptomology of depression, right? A person says, I'm arguing with my spouse. You start thinking about ways to intervene in the argument. You start thinking about interventions you can develop to solve the stated problem. Well, the paradigm shift for solution-focused brief therapy is the stated problem is not what informs my decisions. You've probably heard me and a lot of other solution-focused people say the problem is not relevant or we don't focus on the problem. What we're actually saying is the problem stated does not inform what I'm doing clinically in the room. The paradigm shift is we are not informed by the problem. Instead, we're informed by the desired outcome. So that's why we say, like, it doesn't matter what problem the client has, we're gonna ask, what are your best hopes from this meeting? Meaning, what in your life would you like the outcome to be as a consequence of us meeting? So if someone says, I have depression, instead of thinking, so how do I solve that depression? I'm thinking, what would you like to have instead? Well, I'd like to be happy. And what difference would it make in your life to be happy? Well, I'd be a better husband or wife, I'd be a better parent, I'd be a better worker, I would just have more joy in my life. So now I'm being informed clinically by the pursuit of the more joy and the happiness, and that's what actually guides what I'm doing and what I'm saying in the therapy session. Like, that's the paradigm shift. So instead of being informed by the stated problem, we're informed by the desired outcome, and that's why we go down the route of a description of the presence of that desired outcome. So when we start saying things like you need to have a paradigm shift, it needs to be from allowing yourself to be informed by the stated problem and developing interventions to try to solve that stated problem, to instead allowing yourself to be informed by the desired outcome and allow yourself to start creating questions that evoke the presence of that desired outcome. That is the paradigm shift necessary to do solution-focused brief therapy effectively.